Santa Monica area, and then Saginaw being, the Bluff areas, and we're right in between that too. So just to acknowledge, kind of, it's important that like as we vote and we engage in the American process, that we also realize that there's a world beyond America. America's only what, 220 years old, something like that. I don't know. Relatively very young country, as well as Venice, very young as well. So it's important to see what other people around the world are doing as far as COVID and just their political ideologies, to really make it a point to get out of our American box. Because a lot of the issue is just the whole American system. And like the brother said, rotten roots, what was it, brother? Racist roots grow rotten fruits. And, we all know this country's roots are built on racism. And, I just want to point that out real quick, and also want to acknowledge that all the brothers and sisters, the generational families here who've passed. A lot of people. I don't want to. It's important for us to connect and really remember our brothers, our sisters, our generations past. A lot of the struggles, the tribes that we've had, and those wounds that we have. And in order to move forward, we really have to address those healing issues between our communities and within ourselves. All that trauma, the historical trauma. And with that, I just feel very touched to be here in Oakwood right now. And I want to say voting, thank you. And voting is, if you're on Facebook, social media and all that, a lot of people have opinions about voting or not voting or what have you. And they're all righteous in their reasons for not wanting to vote. A lot of the disenchantment, the disillusionment with the law, with the way the society operates, and even with a lot of our effort for the church. We've gone through so much, and there's a lot of shenanigans going on, government-wise, state, city, local VNC as well too. So it can get very disheartening. So I want to say the voting is the bare minimum, and with that, we need to get that bare minimum done. But at the same time, the bare minimum is not going to do it anymore. It's very important for people to get involved in local organizations like ourselves out here, Save Venice, Four Corners for Justice, and there's a lot of good organic grassroots organizations that we need to be involved in. Because like I said, voting is good and it's necessary. We need to do it, but that's just the bare minimum. We need to provoke, make people uncomfortable, bring up those uncomfortable conversations, challenge people. We got to poke people righteously, be smart about it, not just to do it just for the sake of being mad or upset. We have righteous indignation, but we need to be strategic with how we go about doing that. Like I said, and also want to point out too that Venice Neighborhood Council elections are coming up as well. And it's important for everybody to be involved. We need all hands on deck, because there's people on the council right now who they write for publications that venerate the Kenosha killer as a hero and a patriot. These are people in our own community. And back, I think July 4th, there was a Trump truck rally. And to me, that's very upsetting, because for as much as Venice proclaims their diversity and they think they're, and this, not to disparage anybody or anything, but for a whole Trump truck rally to happen right here in Venice, to gather at Smart and Final, for them to feel comfortable to do that, that speaks a lot to what we're not doing here in this community, the support that we don't have. A lot of people say they support us in our community. There's a lot of people here who claim to be liberal and leftist and what have you, but how are we allowing a Trump rally to happen in our own neighborhood, in Oakwood, historic black and brown community, indigenous land? So I want to leave it with that. We need to vote, but we need to do a lot more. SaveVenice.ca is our website. #SaveVenice. #First Baptist Church of Venice. Thank you very much.
Woo!